forehead. Great. Look at that. Look at us go. I need music real quick.
Yeah.
So while we do that,
Letting people join.
um,
You got your little speaker boombox.
yeah, it's kind of meh.
Little boom beat. Hey, it's better than what I have, which is no music on my computer right now.
Your computer's a brick.
It is no, mine was the 3D design computer. It has like an actual nice graphics
Well,
card.
no, I'm saying it's a brick, as in the sense of
Oh, it's bricked itself.
It's bricked itself. That
Yeah.
computer is bricked up, bro.
Yeah.
That computer.
Oh my god, party! Yes, it is a party. I am actually getting blinded by the disco ball, so
Hello?
I look like Daredevil.
What a great show! What a cool hero.
Charlie Cox's best Daredevil ever.
You know what movie oftentimes gets forgot is Judge Dredd. You ever watch that movie?
I watched it, and it's like it's good and cheesy, and if I want to watch something like a cheesy old action flick,
I don't think it's cheesy for real.
The dude's crotch basically just gets blown off.
What are you watching?
That's Judge Dredd.
I don't know.
thinking RoboCop. I think I'm
That's RoboCop.
Yeah, never mind.
And don't call RoboCop cheesy either. That's a cult classic.
It should stay as a classic.
It is a classic.
Stay where it belongs in history.
Whatever. New content creator. Yeah, we're out here.
My first order from you. Hey, from Vermont. I just placed my first order from you guys. Sweet. I love Vermont. There's a very particular game that we go to that me and Tony went up to last year in Vermont that I'll be talking about more probably as it gets closer. Is the Daredevil series good? Yes, it's very good.
Absolutely.
Daredevil series, probably one of my favorite Marvel projects ever done, and it wasn't even done by like Disney Marvel. It was Netflix Marvel.
Yeah, it's very good. I definitely enjoyed it.
You know what else is good? Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones.
Hey, we have a question. That show sucks. That show sucks. Anywho, hey, do you think the Arcturus Centaur? Is that how you say it?
Centaur.
Centaur? I don't.
Centaur.
Centaur. B is a good AK.
Centaur. If it's one of the newer ones,
I think, yeah, if it's Arcturus.
If it's one of the newer ones that has like the entire like reworked gears, MOSFET, and everything, yeah, it's a freaking awesome AK. You probably don't even have to do anything to it, like internally, if you want to change it.
Oh, that's cool. What an interesting stock. It looks like it's an ACR or like
It's the Magpul. It's like a knockoff Magpul.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, honestly, I just wanted to double check to make sure I knew which one you were talking about. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't have any concerns with that gun purchasing it, and honestly, for sub $400, that's pretty damn good.
M-lock rail on an AK, which is not very common.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
So, yeah, I would go for it. I mean, it's super cool. Just curious, what HPA engine is best for winter weather, 10 degrees to 30 degrees?
So the best. This is really cool because we were just kind of. I was having to deal with this a lot over the last 4 events have been freezing. The best one I have noticed as far as cold weather performance is probably the N7 Milsim. A lot of times why engines go down is because either A, you don't have enough lubrication for. Don't mind me. I start talking about lube and he starts choking.
Yeah. How convenient. Just went down the wrong pipe.
No, if the main reason HPA engines go down is because either A, cold weather shrink O-rings and rubber and stuff, like that's just what happens. And B, you don't have enough lubrication because your lube actually can sometimes solidify depending on what you use. If it's more of a liquid based than a gel based one. And a lot of things that happen with that is if you have an engine that has very small O-rings, specifically like the F2 has a very, very tiny O-ring in it that you will get an air leak out the nozzle in the cold, or any of the electronic units that use solenoids. A lot of the O-rings on those solenoids and around those solenoids are very small or very thin, and the cold weather can shrink them just enough to start causing air leaks and problems. The N7 Milsim doesn't really have a lot of small O-rings in it, and it's not electronic, so you're not even having like the battery get zapped and go down. I've noticed the best performance from that. Now, the other thing to think about is also your bucking is your probably one of your main restrictors during cold weather.
Correct.
But as far as HPA units go, the less complicated it is and the bigger O-rings it has, the better it's going to last. I'm not going to say perform, but last in the cold weather. And so that's why the N7 Milsim's probably the best for that.
Fantastic answer. 10 out of 10. Tom and his infinite knowledge.
I'm trying to cut it down.
It's great.
I'm really trying to cut it down.
But it's so good. It's literally super educational, to the point, and not dragged on. You killed it.
I'm trying to not drag it on.
You're crushing it.
I could say 18 other things.
Judge Dredd spelling was awesome. Yeah, Judge Dredd is.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's how it's spelled. It's not dead. It's not Judge Dead. He's not dead.
Yeah, he's Dredd.
He's Dredd.
Yo, did you guys grab those new GMR bags on that drop? I did.
I didn't.
And a sling, finally. I had my Filipino like rigged up to an old Haley strategic strap for like.
Didn't we find like some knockoff?
We found, yeah, there was a dude overseas that like made fake ones, but I just was like, nah, I'm gonna get one.
Copan misses you. Thank you, brother.
Judge Dredd versus the Punisher. Punisher, who wins?
Punisher.
Judge Dredd.
No, Punisher.
Yeah, Dredd.
Punisher.
Sorry, I'm going with Dredd on
Punisher.
that one.
That was also another good series. The Punisher series is a great Netflix series.
Yeah. We also have this. Greetings from Erie, PA.
What up?
Greetings from a fellow Pennsylvanian.
Yeah.
And good morning, boys.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hello, are you going to Stag Ops event in Mass?
Yes.
There you go.
I love going to Stag Up events.
I don't think I've been to
a lot of them because they're all at Tolcon.
Yeah, I haven't done a lot of them because Tom likes to go to those, so I don't. So yeah, go ahead. Do your thing. Blade started the Marvel series. Can't wait for the updated one soon. Yeah, that'd be super freaking dope. Honestly, Marvel was like hit that peak, and it was fantastic, and it's still pretty good, but it's hard to really continue at this expectation after an 8 to 10 year like arc.
Yeah, especially with the story, the characters that got developed. You start a whole like character development process, you end them really well, and then it's like, where do we go from here? Well, some of the stuff they started, they kind of had to call an audible on because you had different stuff happening with COVID, so they couldn't do everything they wanted. And then you also had Black Panther die in real life, and he was supposed to be actually one of the bigger figures in the next phase to kind of carry on, and he died from cancer. So it sucks, but it is what it is. And I think that really made a dent into Marvel.
Kurt asked a good question. Old Judge Dredd or new Judge Dredd? I like the newer one. I love the older movies, but the new one was just very good for me.
I have no opinion on it.
Okay, yeah, that's a first.
All right. Judge Dredd is like, does nothing for me.
Whatever, dude. If my amp regulator isn't going over 0.8 joules, is that a spring issue? It would depend on one contributing factor would be your barrel length.
Yeah.
Because if you have like a little stubby like ARP barrel,
yeah.
I mean, you can crank that thing to 120 and you're going to be at a lower.
Or even 160. Sometimes it's.
Yeah.
Barrel length is a big deal. Air seal between the nozzle and the bucking is also a giant deal as well. If you're not able to get over 1 joule, you generally should be able to get over 1 joule, even with smaller guns. If you're not able to get over 1 joule, that I would take a look at an air seal issue if your regulator is getting to the highest point. Like that's something I would look into.
That or your nozzle and stuff isn't sealed into your bucking correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is that what you meant?
That's what I meant by air seal.
Okay. My mistake.
Not like an internal air seal of the engine or the line, I mean air seal between bucking and nozzle.
Cool. It's hard to find tracers that fit the Arcturus. That Arcturus I looked up earlier looks like it has 14 millimeter negative threads. And then if you are using like one of the 24 millimeter threads, the Crink Blaster, which is an in-house product that we have, is a great option for that as well. So
It'll fit the 24s.
yeah, it's great, and it's kosher. Over here we got. Should I buy the Storm Regulator or the SLP for Inferno Gen 2? Looking to upgrade to HPA. If budget is not an option,
yeah.
Like if budget's just like out the window, you just want to send it. You know, the Storm Regulators are awesome. The SLP was a really really cost-effective regulator, and that's why the design hasn't changed. It's been this super robust, consistent regulator that keeps the cost down for people who want to get into HPA and want to use an SLP tank. But if the money is there, all the big brands are going to be.
Yeah, I had this is actually one of my favorite SHOT Show stories. Actually, we were at the E20 event out at SHOT Show, and Rich from Wolverine was out there, and we were hanging out with him for a minute, and literally somebody came up to him and I while we were having a conversation and said, "Hey, should I get the Storm Regulator or the SLP?" And it was honestly really funny. I was like, "Well, these are the reasons why you should get the Storm," and he was like, "And these are the reasons why you should get the SLP." It was very very fun conversation we had. But pretty much what I think it comes down to is what Wes said: is what's your budget? Because the reason that we have it is it's supposed to be like an entry level option, and it's also supposed to be pretty robust. So the SLP fits in that category. Is it a little bit more bulky than most regulators? Yes, it is, but that also is why it doesn't cost as much as other regulators. There's a lot of R&D that's been done to the Storm regulator. There's a lot of R&D that's been done to all the Polar Star regulators as well as the Redline regulators. That increases the costs and also gives you some more features, wider range of PSI, different refresh rates, and also size, which is a very big deal. I am running a modified micro regulator in my Tavor so that I can have onboard air in my Tavor. I couldn't do that with our SLP because it's just so bulky. So if you're looking for a little bit of extra features for the money and a smaller package, I would go with the Storm regulator. If you're looking for a budget regulator that is very well performing and is a little bit bulkier, then go with ours. They both work really well. They're both going to regulate fine. They both work really, really well. Ours has a lifetime warranty if there's anything wrong with it. I think
the SLPs carry a year warranty.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think the same applies for the Storm. I think it's a year warranty for those as well.
Yeah. So the lines carry lifetime.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. Also, I just got a Wolverine Gen 2 Scorpion Evo, and it's my first HPA. Any tips? Enjoy it. Because that thing out of the box is very good.
Yeah. The Scorpions are one of the best guns ever that came out, even as an AG. The Wolverine pre-done one from factory is even better because HPA. And if there's anything up with it, I would say figure out how to adjust your dwell settings. Sometimes they come a little bit too low of dwell for certain uses and certain people. If you're having some weirdness with it, I would turn your dwell up on it. That's the main tip I would have for that.
Cool. Judge Dredd wins. Would need to watch the movie again to was it?
Movie.
Oh, reassess.
Reassess, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. The technology, dude. Those guns in Judge Dredd are just like crazy. In my opinion, I think that I need to rewatch too.
I need to watch it.
Yeah, let's do a movie night. Let's do a live stream watching Judge Dredd.
That would actually be pretty fun.
That would be fun. If you guys would actually want to see that would actually be pretty lit.
We could get random questions. We'd be like, yeah, this Airsoft answer. Oh, look, he's doing this thing.
Or we just watch. I've actually never done a watch party thing. I see them pop up on YouTube with like new Star Wars episodes and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's like, watch the episode. And I'm like, does he actually talk or like, does he just, so I could do some research on it and see like what.
I'd be down to do it.
That'd be fun. Yes, finally I did buy a sling. Yeah, I know. It's long overdue. I'm finally doing the bag justice, to be honest. Do you guys do Milsim? I'm thinking about going to PA in May for Milsim West. Would be my first time.
Okay.
Yes. if it's your first time doing Milsim West, that's awesome. If it's your first Milsim event, I would, for one, I commend you for being so ambitious. It's very possible to do. Milsim West just requires quite a bit of preparation with your equipment and like your stamina and your understanding of what you're getting yourself into when you attend the event. Some of the best events to be produced, so you've obviously, honed in on something really awesome. But yeah, I think Ryan from the shop, and I don't know if I'm doing that.
I might be trying to go to it.
We might be attending just personally, just to go play, because we honestly just love to play these games. I think we have some older videos on the channel about preparing yourself for Milsim West. I also believe Gun Gamers.
Gun Gamers
did a
has
video.
a really, really in-depth and up-to-date one.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm going to say about that particular Milsim West, that AO that is going to be on is extremely hilly. It is pretty much all outdoors. There's not like any buildings to do it in. If you are planning on going and you have not ever done an entire, like even like an 8 to 6 hour hike with about 20, I'm going to even say 20 pounds on your back. Normally you probably have about 40 pounds in your rucksack. If you haven't done any hiking with weight on your back, I would start doing that now just to get a feel for it, so you're not like shell shocked and you're not able to like keep up, or you don't know what your own limitations are.
You also want to find those pressure points, things that are going to irritate your body in different areas, because when you put 40 pounds of gear on with either a carrier or a chest rig, things might dig into like your back or your sides, and you don't really want to be dealing with that.
I think we do another updated video.
Dude, there's a lot of videos I want to do, but I agree with you.
Specifically on like ruck stuff, because like that, I did my first Milsim West, what, a year ago with us?
Yeah.
About a year ago. And at Guardian Center, which is not a high like impact AO as far as like, it's pretty flat. There's some paved areas, like it's pretty easy to ruck that if you have rucked before. I did not do a lot of rucking before that. I had a terrible pack. I hated my life for like 2 hours straight, which is part of going a little bit, but like immediately the first thing I bought after that was a much better ruck. And then anytime we do a night hike, I bring my ruck and I try and load it up a little bit, and I try and get what he's talking about, feel out my pressure points. What do I need to adjust? What do I need to change? Am I overloading myself, and do I need to cut stuff down? Do I need to reassess? There's a lot to think about when you start adding in endurance into it, actual part of the gameplay. And it's something to be aware of. You should really try and know your body before putting yourself into that type of a situation. That way, you're just having a much better time, and B, you're not trying to go over that limit, especially on a long period 40-hour style Milsim. And C, you're bringing the right equipment, because like it might rain. You might not bring the right amount of rain gear. It might be too cold. You might not have enough layers. There's a lot to think about when you're going to a Milsim West versus a regular style Milsim game that is like an AMS, a Line Claws, a Mere Tactical, stuff like that.
Yeah, just the difference between continuous versus breaks.
Yeah,
that's all. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, so you'll probably enjoy it. What's the difference between Speedsoft and SpeedQB? Someone actually answered that one.
Yeah.
One's a brand, one's a sport.
That's
kind of the best way.
Yeah,
one's a play style and one's like an established brand that is like a play style in the same sense.
Yeah, because SpeedQB is also a tournament too. Like there's SpeedQB tournaments that's held by the company SpeedQB that also makes equipment. But Speedsoft is like the overarching style that SpeedQB falls into.
Nice. Hope to see you there, Stag Ops. Eric?
Oh, you will.
Eric says Marvel sucks.
That's your opinion.
That's cool, Eric.
It's kind of going. It's tending to trend that way now.
Yeah. Same question.
I got one over here.
Yeah, go for it.
What kind of tank is best if using the Storm? Should I use the SLP tank from Amped? So any SLP tank from any of the vendors that we carry, so Ninja, HK Army, First Strike, any SLP tank would be good on that rig.
Yeah, I run a Kappa, so it could be that. Oh, for being 0.8 joules.
Yeah.
That's probably it, my friend. What is your personal favorite HPA engine? The F2. I like the versatility of nozzles and the ability to go into different V2, V3, like SVDs.
Right now it's the F2 for me.
It's got one right here.
Yeah.
It's not mine,
but it is the green amped edition one.
So for anyone in the live, you get the special info while you're here, but we got green ones and the jack.
Yeah.
So I'll be making a post about these shortly.
But ahead of everybody else.
But if you're here, you're here. It's a Olive Garden saying. If you're here, you're here.
With the green jack, here's your unlimited salad.
Unlimited.
Can we go get a salad bowl and just put all the F2s in
unlimited
there?
F2s and jacks instead of unlimited soups and salads. Look at that. Marketing at its finest.
But my favorite right now is the F2 for the features that it has. It's a dual solenoid system. You can't really beat it.
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as feature set goes.
Hey Wes, thanks for the conversation about the AK platform on Sunday. I bought an LCT AK-74 on Monday. That's awesome, bro. Yeah, it was a super fun conversation to have. I'm glad we were able to have it. That will be a very fun project. LCTs are definitely my favorite platforms when it comes down to building off of a base gun. So yeah, other questions, just hit me up. Let me know. I'm happy to help, bro. So I'm glad that you join in the cult.
Yeah, yay for you.
AKs are dope. Is the Wii AK-47 any good? I'm thinking about getting one. I talked to I'm trying to remember. Anywho.
Yay, we're happy.
I feel awful. Hang on. I'll find it. Tom, answer the next one. Because I'll hang on.
I've been to a lot of milsims in New England, but just not Milsim West. So let me ask you this: what milsims have you been to in the New England area? And then I might be able to kind of set the tone based off of those for what you should expect, either more or less. Because there's some different milsim companies in the New England area, such as like Stag Ops, Emsato, and a few other local ones. But what have you been to, and what have you had interactions with? And I can kind of maybe tailor my answer to you and what you should expect out of a Milsim West, especially if you haven't been to one. Just let me know that. I'm gonna keep going down.
Yeah, you're good.
What does the HPA tank help with? An HPA tank helps supply pressurized air to your HPA engine, whether that is a Inferno, a Polar Star, a Wolverine, a Polar Star, now Gate, Mancraft Systems, Redline Systems. These are all different companies that make HPA engines. So your tank is basically holding compressed air in it, and then how large that capacity is and how much pressure that tank can store relates to how many shots you can get out of your gun before you have to refill the tank. There's SLP, which is super low pressure, which is anything that is outputting from the tank, not the regulator, but the tank itself is outputting lower than 800 or under 300 pounds of pressure. Anything that's above SLP is probably outputting actually around 800 psi of pressure. For HPA, you need to be using an SLP tank or a regulator that can regulate your non-SLP tank down to anywhere between 60 psi and all the way up to like 160, depending on your engine. Those are going to be what tanks are for. That's a brief overview.
The WeTech AK. Antonio out in California.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just absolute brain fog. I asked him how does he like it, because I was interested myself. He said it was pretty good and it worked well. There's lots of aftermarket support for them. So if you're willing to put a little bit of time, effort, and some parts in them, they seem to be working really well. And they're cheaper than GHKs. So
The one thing that I think WE always does when you're looking at gas gun companies, WE is really good at having a wide variety of aftermarket support. But they don't always have the feature set or sometimes even the reliability out of the box that some of the more expensive brands do, like GHK, Toki Marui, VFC, and Viper Tech, if you want to go like crazy high-end stuff, but that's like pre-upgraded. Yeah, we's honestly a very good middle-of-the-road company.
They've also stepped their stuff up recently, so yeah. it's kind of hard to get.
Oh, the guys here.
Who, Coco?
Yeah.
Yeah, he always stops in because he doesn't watch them live. He watches them after.
Got it. Should I go grab it?
Yeah, if you want to go grab it, I can keep doing this and then. Great seeing you, Wes, Eric, and Terry. Yeah, dude, you too. Car's looking very nice. It's nice to finally see it in person. What's up? What's up, Squishin' Magician? I like your Instagram. Mountain meals suck. Yeah, lots of heartburn with mountain meals. If you've never experienced heartburn, you will. When are you guys getting the First Strike carbon fiber tanks back in? I'll need two 17 4500s for MSN. Kurt should still be watching the live, and if he is, he can get you a much more accurate date on that. If I remember correctly, the First Strike facility is moving, if that's what I'm thinking of. So that's going to put the lead time for the tanks to come in for a little longer than usual, but we might have a new update that I'm unaware of, but that's the last I heard from them. Yeah, well, there it is. Yeah, they're still moving First Strike. Once they're good to go, we'll have them again. Okay, yep. So, will we all be at AMS event Arsenal in June?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Is an preparation for attending an AMS event a good next step towards being ready to attend MSW? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So the coolest thing about a lot of these event producers in the industry is they're stepping stones. And like they all work together even if they don't really like plan to. Each one has different rule sets and different things that play into each other that will, essentially make you try something new. There's something that's different about each one. And then what those will do is they'll all take that information together and they'll work, you'll be more experienced and things along those lines. And then you'll be good to go to do any event that you want. But at the end of the day, just do your research, figure out what you need to do, where you're lacking, where maybe you are good to go, and then prepare yourself for what new things that you don't have like in your arsenal, I guess you'd say. You need to learn for that next event.
Yeah.
I kind of jumbled that, but
so like when we say there's stepping stones, there's like level of play as far as Milsims goes. I'm not going to go to Speedsoft tournaments and stuff like that. You have like your open plays, which is literally like almost like organized backyard plays. You just there to have fun. You're there to hang out with your buddies, just have a good time playing Airsoft. If you want to go to an even more organized, a little bit more structured something, then you start looking at a lot of the bigger Milsim companies, such as like, Sato, Stag Ops, AMS, Lion Claws, Mere Tactical, to name a few. Those are kind of some of the bigger names. Grimnir, those are all kind of some of the bigger names. And if you're looking to go even further than that, then you would start looking at companies that do 40 hour. 40 hours starts to get into where you're now thinking about sustainment on top of playing an Airsoft game. The other types of companies that don't do 40 hours or their games that they don't put on a 40-hour for is more about you have a break. You can go back to your hotel. You can, get food throughout the day. You're not worrying about sustainment as part of the game itself. 40 hours are put on to make you think about sustainment as well as playing Airsoft because it's military simulation. And they want to add that into the gameplay aspect because it is to simulate for 40 hours some type of military engagement. That's why we say it's kind of a stepping stone, because the second you start going away from it, now I have a break and you now have to sustain yourself. That's a lot more to think about. There's a lot more different skills. That's not just pointing and shooting at your friends. Now it's like, okay, how am I going to take care of myself? How am I going to get that stuff out on the field? How am I going to move around with it? Am I going to be able to sustain my gun? Do I have enough batteries for the last 40 hours? Do I have enough CO2 if I'm running off of CO2? Do I have enough air in my tank if I'm running off of HPA? Those are all now new questions that you need to start thinking about. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, to answer the question, yes, AMS is a next step away from like open play towards then going even the next step of MSW or 40 hours.
Dang, y'all got fast shipping. Order shipped. What did I say?
You said,
I skipped a couple words.
Yes.
Dang, y'all got fast delivery. Order shipped yesterday and delivered today.
Awesome.
I'm glad that it came so fast.
Our shipping team is like cranking stuff out.
We're working hard.
Can't wait to use amps nods at Arsenal. Yeah, dude. Those should be up fairly soon if they're not up already. We got more and more nods added to the fleet, so sometimes, especially some of those further out games, there might be new drops of nods as the fleet increases before then. So just keep an eye out.
More night vision. Fellas, got your weekly seamanship. I can't read. Seamanship info for you. Let her rip. Oh, here we go. Confined space work requires a job safety analyst permit, hazardous work permit, and a tailboard meeting with all involved personnel. Oxygen contents need to be between 19.5% and 23.5% to be safe. You better not be quizzing us.
So this is just like,
I hope like at the end.
I think he's just posting this stuff here. So he's like, oh, I remember this on the test because I posted it to the AMP live.
I think that's hilarious.
It's like a studying method.
Yeah. Tom, if you want to do a quick overview of the.
So I'll read the thing and then talk about it. So, yo, this is Coco, the guy that's been asking about the CGS TAR for a while. Still looking forward to y'all covering it. I'll be watching this on YouTube a little later when I'm on lunch. So, what he's asking about is my Tavor that I built a while ago and that I bring up sometimes on the live. I'm going to put it on the Instagram for everybody to see, and then I'm going to pull back down just so I can talk a little. I'm going to do a brief overview. The reason he's calling it the CGS TAR is because this is a mechanical Tavor, mechanical HPA Tavor using the Kythera, and I have the air system on this on board. So I am not running a remote tank or anything like that. I am running CO2 in the front here to power the entire system. The reason I did that was because I just think airlines out of the back of bullpups is a little bit like it's needed. I understand that, but I also really just want to challenge myself and see if I could do onboard air on Tavor and make it look not obnoxious. And I think I was able to accomplish that because Tavors actually have a handguard that comes with a flashlight. And I was kind of trying to model that off of this, or model this off of that to make it look like it basically just has a flashlight on it instead of a CO2 canister. So what this is pretty much the CGS underneath here. I could do the 33 gram, or I could do the 12 gram, and then I'm running that to a Polar Star Micro reg with no gauge on it because the gauge would actually not fit, so I took it off. And then I'm running just macro line the entire length of the body up through and back around into the Kythera itself. And the Kythera had to be do a lot of modifications to the actual gearbox. I'm using a version 2 Kythera to kind of make this all work. And I had to do a little bit of modification to the sear system on the actual external part of the Tavor's gearbox to hit the sear of the Kythera properly to make it engage and work. This was about 2 months of planning out before actually getting all the parts in and executing it. This was just kind of like a challenge build. This was also, this gun was given to me as a gift for Christmas one year. It was literally a boneyard build because my girlfriend at the time, now wife, literally was like, I don't know what to get you. And she went on an e-bike and went to the boneyard section and bought me a boneyard gun because she's like, I feel like you'll have more fun building something than just getting something and upgrading it later. And she was totally right. And that's what this became. And it's now one of my favorite guns and kind of like one of my trophies.
So wholesome.
Yeah.
Such a wholesome beginning. Not only is it a one-off unique gun, but it was a gift.
It was
given to me. No, this thing's actually super cool. I definitely have hats off to. I said he should put a little Surefire sticker here.
I think I actually will.
So it looks like a flashlight,
Yeah.
just to really like play into it. But it is a really, really cool build, and being all on board is dope.
I can get about with the 12 grams, I can get about 100 and what was I measuring? I think I can get about 120 to 170 shots out of 112 grams. So like one mid-cap magazine out of this for each 12 gram. That's not a lot, but when you're using it the way I have it set up, it works out fine. And then for the 33 grams, I can get about 3 to 4 mags out of 133 gram before I have to switch it out, which is generally what I run as a 33 grams. So that's nice. It's cool. I like it. It's like I said, it's one of my favorite builds.
Very, very cool gun.
Yeah.
Tom killed it.
Thank you. Thank you for asking about it.
When is that AK-105 you guys posted about SHOT Show coming out? I believe it's the LCT or Arcturus. It's probably the Arcturus, the one that's pre-upgraded with the gate MOSFET and the full Zenico style like sport rails. I don't have a date on that one as of right now. Do you remember? They didn't give us one, I don't think.
I think it was actually supposed to be sometime in quarter 2, quarter 3. We just entered quarter 2 as far as business year goes for the year. So either sometime this quarter or next quarter, and next quarter starts at the end of June.
So hopefully soon. I mean, we already got a lot of Arcturus stuff in and ENL stuff in. So if we're getting those already, those are their what's that line called again? The
They're like, it's not the sport line.
yeah, it's like the
Let's do the clapping again.
it's the oh my god, dude! I can see.
Just look it up on the website.
No, I gotta use my brain. I'm too reliant. I'll look it up.
I have technology in my phone.
I'm looking it up. Leave me alone. Read another question.
I don't know how to read.
Well, don't tell me I can't, dude.
In order to ventilate a confined space properly, of all possible hazardous gases, the ventilation system must cycle 4 volumes worth of air per hour. Thank you again for seamanship.
Essentials version.
There you go.
That's what it is. So we're getting the essential versions in right now, which are awesome. The construction of those feel fantastic. So, and the price point, bro. Buy an AK. That's all I have.
No, they're great. The construction of them is great. ENLs have always been one of the best companies to buy an AK from as far as construction. They rival LCT in a lot of ways as far as construction go. But now the internals that they're upgrading on top of all that is going to be crazy cool.
Yeah. So
we do have a quiz question for us.
Oh, I didn't study.
Quiz question about seamanship. Which hazard would probably not be encountered when entering an empty but uncleaned fish hold? 1, lack of oxygen. 2, methane gas. 3, hydrogen sulfide gas. 4, carbon monoxide.
Carbon monoxide
would not be encountered when entering an empty but uncleaned fish hold.
Oh, not be encountered?
What would not be encountered?
Hydrogen sulfide gas. Sulfate. I don't know. Leave me alone. I didn't study. I'm going with 3.
I'm just running through like chemical processes.
Oh my god. I'm just running through the 7 years of studying that I did in the chemical formula.
I'm gonna say carbon monoxide.
Okay, so you did what? Number 4?
Number 4.
I did 3. Okay. Wes is the deadliest AK user ever.
He's actually a very good with his AKs.
Carbon monoxide. Good job. Hey, at least so that's why we work together so well, because one of us is usually right in some aspect. Watch your foot on. Okay.
I was just hitting your cord.
No, I just don't want you
your Chick-fil-A bag.
Ha 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 ha! Wes guesses wrong. He's such an idiot. Thanks, Eric. Yeah, because you definitely knew that one.
Hey, there we go. All right, bye, guys. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you for entertainment. Bye, bud.
Do that again, because I'll get one right eventually. I'll start studying. Start sending me links to study. And then when I'll secretly study and come back in and get them all right, and Tom will be wrong.
Don't do that.
Hi, Josh.
Don't do that.
Welcome to the live. You're late. 41.
How dare you?
41 minutes late, to be exact. Can you believe that?
How dare you?
Yeah, I'm gonna get the study guide. I haven't filled out a study guide in a minute.
He's just gonna give you all the questions with the answers on.
This
is the study guide. Here's the answer.
We'll be doing like lessons, like FaceTime lessons. Like, all right, did you study this? I'm like, no, I forgot.
I'm gonna be sitting here with my Orgo Chem book and go, yeah, it's this reaction.
You're insane. I'm never late. You're literally late. There's no other like it starts at 1.
You're now.
It is now
1:42.
You're
you
late.
weren't here.
You're late.
You're late.
You're late. I love body armors. Did you see the new it's not new, but there's a flavor. It's like something limeade.
You've been really good with recalling information today.
I literally just said it.
Like you just like start clapping and remember the body armor name. Remember the body armor.
Leave me alone. It's my poor little brain is working at 110% capacity anytime I speak.
Body armor is really good. It's just a lot more filling and a lot better for you than like just regular Gatorade or Powerade or anything like that. It's just like really good.
Gatorade's designed to be diluted and no one dilutes it. So it's super duper like overly concentrated.
Yeah, but it doesn't have it anywhere near the level of vitamins as those.
Yeah, I know, dude. Every time I pick up a drink, I'm just like, reading all the vitamins and the health facts about them.
Shut up.
Tom's like, this water seems to be made of water. It's like,
shut up.
This water looks really good. The chemical compound of this seems to be made out of H2O.
Shut up. I'm like sitting there, I'm like,
he's not wrong.
I don't do that.
He's not wrong.
Shut up.
But shut up. Oh my God. Jeez.
I don't do that at all. Shut up. This definitely don't overthink water.
See, you said it, so you do.
Cole, get to work. That was on the live, and it was
Josh
for us to read it out loud.
Yeah, Josh, telling you get to work.
This is work.
No, I'm not saying for us.
No, for him, it's work. It's his job to remind Cole to get to work. That's his
job. Is that what he's getting paid for?
Yeah.
Oh, noted. In other news,
recent hire.
In other news, we are on our way to D14.
Oh yeah, team just left this morning for
Southern Front.
Southern Front is going to be nuts. It's a nuts drive. It's 19 hours.
Woo!
It's 19-hour drive down to Texas. We also have 2 other events this weekend. We have first TRP of the year, and then we also have the first public airsoft events at Benjamin Franklin Range.
Please come. It should be a lot of fun.
It'll be fun.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Well, no one cares about that.
I know that. I'm still going to be there.
I'm kidding, Tom. I love you.
Bully me.
Bully you?
Bully me.
But anyway, go to our events page on the website and check out the different events that we have going on. We love all of them, but we really want to see this Ben Franklin range. Like, this place is so dope. I can't put it into words.
TRP is TRP. Everybody knows what TRP is. You've been to TRP. There's a new place opening up. Try and check it out. They're going to try and do more regular games for airsoft. They're also a off-road park. They are also a actual outdoor range, as well as a training facility for real firearms. The area of the AO that we're going to be playing at is going to be utilizing their actual training shoot house. So there's actually going to be some indoor play.
It's super dope.
You can transition from literally going in the woods into a set up CQB training facility building that is enclosed.
Facts.
It's 2 stories, and I think we actually are going to have access to both stories for this event. So it's going to be nuts, and it's going to be fun if you want to try and get out to something a little different.
Yeah.
Still, if you're not going there and you just want to get out this weekend and have some fun like you normally would, go to TRP, man. It's always a fun time at TRP. Can't miss TRP.
Can't miss it. What team are you guys running at BFR? Tan.
I
what I'm doing.
think I'm running green because
Oh, that'll be fun.
yeah. I should actually probably wear a GoPro for that.
Yeah, dude, that'd be sick.
That'll be fun.
All right, let's do it.
AK versus M4.
It's no comparison, bro.
Yeah, M4s are great, aren't they?
They're all right. They're all right. You know, I mean, they do the thing. The BB like leaves the barrel, like that's cool and all, but
they're just so good.
I'm gonna try to actually run the PKP.
Oh.
Yeah, I gotta put the barrel build together. Give her. Yeah, big chungus.
Oh.
Yeah, why not? I haven't used it yet.
Running a DMR then if you're doing that.
Tom's like, I got my GBLM.
Yeah, I'm like, I have my rifleman kit that can definitely go at least 200 feet and probably not more than that. You're like, I have big gun and shoot a lot. I'm like, okay.
Oh, here you go. AK versus Tavor.
Dude, the Tavor. The Tavor.
No!
100% the Tavor.
What?
I love bullpups. Okay. What? Okay, let me. We've done this before.
No, we've actually never discussed this.
No. Okay, let's talk about it because here's the same problem with an AK. Mags. Here's the problem with AKs in Airsoft. Mag compatibility.
It's minor. You just got to try like 6 or 7
E-House
different
is
ones.
literally doing an entire video about mag compatibility, and literally 20 seconds into it, he posted that one of the followers already broke out of it.
Well, I love E-House, but it sounds like user error, bro. I'm just kidding.
I really wish he was in here right now.
He'll watch it later. No, mag compatibility of AKs can and sometimes is their biggest downfall.
Yeah,
I will agree. But once you find a magazine that works, you see it in M4s too.
And then your mag carriers also suck because of the way the mags are designed, because of the lips that have to rock in. Instead of an M4 pouch that is just easy to slide in and out, it's not getting caught up on anything.
You can literally.
It's so low speed.
You can literally.
It's so low
Tom,
speed.
let me speak. I'm letting you speak. You literally can run HSGI tacos. They go in and out the exact same way.
Oh, so one style of mag carrier.
No, I run the JTech pouches on the JPC.
Super low speed.
They aren't flipped.
They have the flip on them.
They do. You don't have to run them
because they are so high up to hold it in there.
Whatever,
so
dude.
Low
Whatever.
Speed.
Get better. That's all. You know. You just handicap on your M4 mags. That's why you like it. You just can't handle it.
The M4 mags are notoriously just better.
I know. I just love arguing.
It's just better in every way.
I can just ram my M4 mags in the hole. But see, that's unprofessional. You need to have that. You have to caress it. Have that strategy.
And then you don't have the plate that stops it from going too far, and then you go too far, and then you're not far enough.
Once again, dude, that's all skill. That's all skill based.
Or you could just run a superior platform.
Whatever, dude. We'll do a video. Just like me getting absolutely obliterated.
I do love AKs. I love my AKs. They're great. I like my VSS though a lot.
No, get it on camera. Your argument isn't valid. That'd be crazy, honestly. The Galil is the best weapon system.
Galil is an amazing weapon system. I am very sad.
Josh, find me mid caps. If anyone has
those
Galil mid caps, let me know.
Like the AK ones.
I don't care what brand.
You can modify mag brand AK mags to fit.
I know.
They just are a pain in the ass to modify.
Yeah. I don't run the gun enough to care. What's the best hop up and barrel combo for 180 millimeter length barrel?
Good. Max or retro arm hop up, and then a super macron with an omega nub, or if you want to go R hop, do same hop ups, and then a R hop patch from Ellis Tactical that's laser cut to that thing, and then use a modified black bucking, and then use the R hop arm that's on the Max or the R hop arm that is on the retro.
Wow. Fast and easy. Fight. Kiss. Thank you, Eric.
I see we just sit here one day with our platforms of choice in this tiny little cubby area, and just like, as you can see, mine is superior. As you can
now mine's better. EPM or EPM1?
I like the EPM.
I can't say one's better than the other because honestly, they both feed flawlessly and one just holds more BBs.
Yeah, and
the styling. Well, okay, big thing. I just
styling.
No. Big thing. The ammo capacity window. is pretty crazy.
It is, but there's also I will say the fuel gauge thing of
Yeah.
EPM1 is cool, but they get restricted a lot at different AOs because of the capacity.
Simply speaking of features between the two, the EPM1 is a
It's an
better
upgraded, yeah.
better magazine.
It's an upgraded EPM.
Yeah.
There's no comparison.
So
I like the EPMs because I don't have to worry about what game I'm going to and it being restricted.
I also don't want to lose a $39 mag.
Hot take, the EPM1S is actually the best.
They're dope. They like Cole just put an EPM1S in the 416C.
Almost like that's what I have on here.
It's pretty gas. I'm not even gonna lie.
It just looks super
it looks
sleek.
Good. It does.
I just love how they look.
Yeah. Repeat that one more time. It wasn't screen recording. All of our lives are actually uploaded to our YouTube, so you can watch the entire thing and go screen record whatever you want. Where I missed it. Ares 308 thoughts.
Ares have always had like an SR25 style gun that's always been like a tried and true, works really well. The newer ones I haven't really tried out, but I have tried out their new gearboxes. Should be really good. The only thing that I would say is if you're keeping an AEG and you're trying to do a DMR, good luck. And then upgrade HPA.
Yeah, so I just bought an SVU. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to keep this in AG and like really like build it out. And then I'm like, yeah.
Him and I are sitting in this trench and he's trying to take people out. And I'm just like pulling security basically because my gun is not reaching anywhere near as far as him. And he's just sitting there and we get up from finally being there. He goes, yeah, I'm putting an F2 in this.
I'm like, damn, bro, if I could sling some 4.8s out of this, that would be so cool. So we're probably going to HPA it. Maybe we'll do a video. I mean, it wouldn't really like affect a lot of people.
That'd be a cool one.
But it's like not like common, so it's kind of unique in itself.
That's why I like the Tor.
No, absolutely. I mean, the SVU is like this weird ass gun that no one really thinks about. I found one reference photo. Well, Ryan found the reference photo. So.
Ryan is god of reference photos.
Yeah, Ryan will find a reference photo of anything. Love you, Wes. Love you too.
The fan just turned on.
It's the heater. The heater did turn on.
Yeah.
Break-in time of EPM1s is kind of crazy though.
Yeah,
I agree.
So
I agree.
They do recommend that you fill them at minimum to the brim 10 times. So filling them up and emptying them out 10 times before they are broken in. Whether that is you literally just fill them all up, spill them all back out, and you do that 10 times. They always recommend that you do that as the break-in period. That is from PTS and Odin.
Noted. The Odin is also one thing I feel does not get talked about enough. That is the greatest innovation to Airsoft in the history of this game.
So I was running my GBLS.
Well, that's a bold statement, but it's pretty crazy.
It was a game changer. It was 100% a game changer.
Oh,
so
nuts.
like literally, I'm on the field this last weekend running my GBLS. GBLS is an M4, but it uses some magazines, and so it has the feed lips of like a gas blowback. So you have to use like one of those punch press hand speed loaders.
Your 90 rounders.
Yeah,
100 rounders.
And like I was sitting there crunching on them because the springs on these things are really crazy high pressure too.
I have to do it with the GHK.
So like you're just there and my thumb was just like, I hate my life. I hate my life. And then there's a dude who just got out, was walking back, and on his way back is just he did like 5 mags while I'm standing here like I hate my life. And I was just looking at him, I was like, I hate you.
I mean,
I
yeah,
hate you right now.
It's crazy. And then like the universal adapters for the Odins are awesome. You can do like AK mags, or like 308 mags. You can do MP5 mags.
Yeah.
It's such a great innovation. But anywho, best high kappa build.
Oh wow. Fun story. I'm doing speed soft pistol build with Lex. We went out to Project M1. She really wants to do a high kappa build. And I figured I'll be a little bit different. I'm going to do an APO1 build.
Dude, it's so different.
It's so different. It's literally the only 2 builds you can do if you're doing pistols. But
incorrect. But I'll jump in.
I don't know enough right now about high kappa builds to say, but I will say that if one of the biggest upgrades you can do is the Maple Leaf pre-built barrel hop-up setup. And then I would say short stroking it and doing any type of HPA tap adapter, whether that's primary airsoft, monk, or tap they all have their own that adapts it to take M4, MP5, ARP9 magazines,
Shotgun shells,
which
I think is sick, but I'll get into that later.
Those, I really think that one piece of the upgrade is almost, in my opinion, vital if you're doing a high kappa build for like Speedsoft, just because the second you HPA tap a gas gun, the reliability skyrockets and the controllability skyrockets.
Look like a Viper.
There is a dude who drives a Viper.
Is it
around
blue?
Here. No, I think it's red.
That one was blue with white stripes.
That actually pretty cool.
Anywho, sorry. But yeah,
high kappas.
Well,
I'll have more information about that probably in the next month or two.
I don't really do high kappas, so.
Well, there you go.
Whatever color you like the best, I guess. That's what all the kids are doing nowadays. My Odin won't fill in my EPM1 mag, which sucks so much, but it fills my KWA mags. The Odins have a clutch on them. It's that screw. It's like a bolt where your wheel is, and it's like a clutch system. So the tighter it is, the
more force it can take.
So you know how when your mags are full, you can still spin it, and that just helps the gears not break. Yeah. They do sell the upgraded gear set.
There's now a reinforced gear set for it because
the EPM ones.
Literally because of the EPM ones.
Yeah, once they get towards the end there, you're really cranking, and people have stripped the gears out of the Odin. So if you're planning on doing the EPM ones like filled to the brim, I would recommend the gears.
And the PTS branded Odin, there's different companies that sell the Odin under different brands, but the PTS branded one that comes directly from PTS already and if it's newer, already has the reinforced gears installed into it.
Yeah, so it works with its magazines.
Yeah.
Very, very cool stuff. Oh, that's just him replying to that. I'm considering a TM NGRS M4. Looks like I need different batteries and mags than a normal AG. What else should I know about the NGRS builds? So for those guys who don't know, the NGRS is Next Gen Recoil Shock. It's by Tokyo Marui. It is a recoil electric blowback AEG. It is a very unique system, and there really isn't much crossover between the NGRS and your standard AEGs.
Other than like a gate.
No.
Well, actually, there's a special
one. The NGRS has its own gate.
Yeah.
They're pretty much their own thing. Quite complicated to my understanding once you tear them apart. I've never opened one up because I just kind of refuse to. They're quite an expensive gun to get into. You do need specific magazines for it. Batteries, you can run anything 11-1. They're not like picky because usually once you crack them open, you replace them with a MOSFET, which Gate offers a Tokyo Marui NGRS MOSFET to drop in. So just do your research on them. There are a few guys who build them in the States.
2 minutes.
Okay. But they are a pricey system to get into unless you build them yourself, but it's not exactly a beginner's platform to build. To use, it's whatever, you know what I mean? But to actually open that gun up and build it is
one of the more complicated gearbox because it does give you a lot more features.
Mm-hmm.
And having those features mechanically, they become a lot more complicated. If you're getting into it and you want to get more FPS out of it, to get a little bit more range out of that thing, Fatco is one of the guys that does do some gearbox builds for them.
He's done 2 NGRSs for Eric and Ryan.
I would recommend probably just going and having him do it because honestly, they are a lot harder of a build than a regular M4.
Mm-hmm.
They're a really cool system when you have it all built out and they work. I went the route of a GBLS though, just because I didn't have to do any upgrading to it. It was already a pretty good system, and I like the GBLS system a little bit more than the NGRS.
They're totally different. They're both very, very cool.
And they're different price points. But once you upgrade the NGRS, you start entering GBLS territory in price.
Absolutely. So do some research. If you have any other questions about them, feel free to reach out or reach out to Fatco Customs about building the NGRS system. Yeah. But we have 30 seconds left, guys. This was an awesome live. We really do appreciate everyone stopping in and asking their questions. We will be back 1 o'clock next Wednesday here, Instagram, YouTube, all the fun platforms.
Yep.
And if you guys missed the beginning of the lives or anything like that, you can actually watch all the lives on YouTube. They are all uploaded, so you can watch them again. So honestly, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.